Sounds good.
Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amecha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה לשלומך. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. הקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה נאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב מי שברך אמותינו שרה רבקה לאה ורחל. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mi sheberach avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak veYaakov. Mi sheberach imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Leah veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam ledorotam berit olam. Between me and the people of Israel, Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam ledorotam berit olam.
Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz.
For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat
ביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
And on the seventh day, God ceased from work and was renewed. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam le'dorotam berit olam. If you are a 10, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are a 10, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, yai lai lai la lai lai, yai lai lai la lai lai, yai lai lai la lai lai la lai. Whoa, yai lai lai la lai lai, yai lai lai la lai lai, yai lai lai la lai lai la lai. Each one of us must play a part. Each one of us must seek the truth. Each one of us is a part of the joy. Each one of us must remember the pain. Each one of us must find the joy. Each one of us, each one of us. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila. We just love hearing you all sing. So our first song is called When We Sing. So I invite you to sing it with us. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. Let's try that. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. We are one. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, let's sing this new song together. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So welcome to Micah on behalf of Cantor Josh Goldberg and me. Rabbi Flip, we are a place of story, and each of you are the products, really, of all the stories that we've ever heard and ever lived. They shape how we see ourselves and how we see the world. So, home and school and popular culture and Torah, these are some of the first great storytellers. If you think that your life is broken, Congregation Micah is here to tell you that it can be made well. Each of us has the power to break script. We can rewrite the narratives of our lives. We can add a new plot that's worth living. That's part of what Judaism has to teach us, especially at this time of year, as the high holy days approach, and we look for greater purpose and greater meaning and greater connection. So this desire to connect and to find that meaning, it is the original impulse of story. Right? The Hebrew word for story, midrash, means to seek the meaning. And we tell stories because we hope to find or create significant connections between things. So each of us has a story to tell here at Micah, and we all try to be very good listeners. Everyone here has a place that fits into the larger mosaic of the story of the Jewish people. There is now a new storyteller in Music City over there on the guitar. And we already love together to tell the greatest story that's ever told, because it reminds us of our divine charge to bring order to chaos and to partner with God in bringing light to darkness. And there are no two greater people at Micah that do this than our educators, our teachers, Julie Greenberg and Sarah Morgan, and they're going to come forward right now to begin our Sabbath by kindling our Sabbath lights. Or Sarah is, because Julie's not here at this very moment. But that group of teenagers that are over there, they're in their hands.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
We continue warming up this evening by greeting the Sabbath bride. I remind you at our last verse, I will invite you to rise and turn towards the door as you, not now, at our last verse. All right, let's get going.
Go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's okay. I like the enthusiasm.
Yeah. We do it like a bride would when she comes in.
Ooh. Give me 1 second. You can keep talking for about 30 more seconds and I'll
So
be ready to go.
Shlomo Alkabetz wrote this song initially as he went out to greet the Sabbath bride in the area of Sfat in Jerusalem. Are we almost there, or should I keep going?
Not there yet.
Okay, so this was a magical thing, right? This was a way that we imagined ourselves as the Jewish people marrying this time in our lives. We marry the bride the same way we make the commitment to the day. It is a day of rest. It is a day of celebration, and very hopefully it'll be a day of song.
Now we're ready. Perfect timing. Lech Adon din ligrat kalai yalalai 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 bnei Shabbat nekam belai. Lech Adon din ligrat kalai yalalai 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 bnei Shabbat nekam belai. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד Adonai echad u'shemo echad Leshem multiferet velitchila Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai yalalai yalala Bnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai yalalai yalala Bnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha Ki hi mekor ha-beracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat techila Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 Bnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai yalalai yalala Bnei Shabbat nekabela. Now you can rise. Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simecha u'b'tzola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Boi chala Shabbat nekavela Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 Bnei Shabbat nekavela.
We remain standing for the words of Hatzikadosh.
Yitzgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechon u'b'yomechon u'b'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'vizman kari V'emeru Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam U'lalmei Almaya Yitbarach
Yitbarach ve'yishtabach Yitba'ar v'yitromam ve'yitnaseh Ve'yithadar ve'yitale ve'yitalal Shmei dekudesha
Barichu
Le'elam min kol birchata ve'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma
V'meru Amen. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai. Barechu et Adonai, Hamevorach, Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
We invite you to take your seats. So Judaism begins with this commandment, Shema Yisrael, right? It means hear, O Israel. So what does it really mean to hear? Because we know a person who attends a concert but their mind is elsewhere, like on business. They hear, but they don't really hear. And the person who walks amid the songs of nature, of birds, and thinks only of what they might have for dinner, I think they hear, but they don't really hear. The person who listens to the words of his friend or his wife or his child and doesn't catch the note of urgency. Yeah, notice me, help me, care for me. They hear, but they don't really hear. The person who listens to the news and thinks only about how it will affect their business. I think they hear, but they don't really hear. There are people who stifle the sounds of their own conscience. They tell themselves, oh, they've done enough already. They hear, but they don't really hear. The person who hears Cantor Josh Goldberg and the rabbi praying, but doesn't feel at all compelled to join in with us. I mean, they hear, but I don't think they really hear. The person who listens to what Rabbi Laurie says and thinks that someone else is being addressed hears, but does not really hear. Shema Yisrael, hear, O Israel, hear the music of the world and the infant cry and the lover's sigh and the call for help from the lonely soul, the sound of the breaking heart, the words of our friends, their unspoken pleas and dreams. We ask in singing the song that we will hear within ourselves the yearnings that are struggling for expression, and that God too would hear us. If we only hear you, maybe do we have that right to hope that you'll hear us?
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Le'olam, Le'olam Va'ed. And you shall love
You shall love
Adonai with all your soul and all your might, and teach these words through day and night to all your children, for it's their right. And wear them proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown above your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates throughout all time. And you shall love Adonai with all your soul and all your might, and teach these words through day and night to all your children, for it's their right. And wear them proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown above your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates throughout all time.
So the sages say that each of us have our own Egypt. We all have to free ourselves in our own way from the bonds that keep us from our true integrity. And when that bond is burst, and we have ousted the legitimate masters from our minds, then, and only then, will we come to understand that each of us has to love freedom as much as we love life itself. And that only when all are free can we really, truly be free. That only when there are no masters and there are no slaves will the song of redemption really have been heard. And then all people will sing, as we, our people, did at the shores of the sea, this song.
You can clap your hands if you want. 1, 2. Yai lai lai yai la lai la lai la lai yai lai lai la lai la lai la lai yai lai lai yai la lai la lai la lai yai lai 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 ya la lai la lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Norat tehilot oseh peleh, norat tehilot oseh peleh. Ya la lai, yai lai 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 la lai la lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai la lai la lai, yai lai 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 la lai la lai la lai, yai lai 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 ya la lai lai lai. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ויאמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Maya's on deck, all right? If you guys want to start making your way up here, come up here. Okay. It is a sin, really, in Judaism to embarrass anyone. So I'll just apologize in advance. Omer Shabbat is here. He is our no shlicha, yes, our shaliach from Israel. Stand up for a second. We're going to clap for you. Baruch haba. Welcome. Thank you very much for being part of our celebration and our Shabbos this evening and hanging out with the kids in advance. We can't wait to get to know you. We like you already. Yeah, okay, Bernie and Linda Gutchen are here. Just wave. And Linda's an outstanding educator in the Jewish vein, and Bernie himself an ordained cantor. So clap for them too, just because it's a celebratory thing. We have some visitors. It is not the only time they will visit us, but Tim has escorted this group here from Tribeca Nazarene University, correct? And they are studying us. Just be cool, all right? Jews in their own environment, welcome. Again, we don't mean to embarrass you. If you have questions, I don't know, ask Al Kerwin. He knows like a lot of stuff. Before I get to this beautiful family, is there anybody that has something they want to share with us about their celebration going on currently in their lives? Something joyous that'll make us... Yes, Al, what do you got? Paula's 38th birthday was September 1st. I'm not going to say how many. I'm only repeating for the people online the important parts, Al, so that they know. Happy birthday, and thank you for celebrating with us. Clap for Paula. Okay. Other birthdays, other anniversaries. Check this out. We've got young people in the house. Again, you guys, be cool. Be cool. All right. You guys are spending the night? Don't break anything. Don't break anything. Okay. What do we got over here, Sue? A grandparent. Yes. Okay, we're here. A perfect transition. New grandchild of the world in Ireland. Hop, skip, and a jump. Go often. It's great joy because we've got Maya here and she's going to get her little official Hebrew name. Okay? I feel like we got to start with a song. What are we doing? How about a Shekekianu?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Okay, a lot of props. This baby's being good, though, so we're going to take a minute and do this. So one of the things we do in ancient Near Eastern tradition, where's the little, here we go, is we wash the baby's feet. Because in the ancient Near East, this was a form of welcoming, and since we're welcoming her officially into the Jewish covenant with the people, we're going to take this little tissue here, and then there's a little bit of water I put right there. You're going to dip it, but don't wake her. Oh, she's up. Now she's up. It's going to be good. We're on the clock. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Do the little feet. Got to take off the socks. And I'm going to hand this microphone to you, and Dad's going to say a little something.
מאיה שלנו, הצטרפת למשפחה שלנו לפני חודש, והיום את מצטרפת אל משפחת היהדות הגדולה יותר, שאיתה אנחנו חולקים ערכים משותפים. אנחנו מקווים שתמיד תהיה לך קהילה בטוחה, אוהבת ופתוחה להשתייך אליה. מאיה שלנו, אנחנו נגדל אותך להיות אדם טוב לעצמך ולסביבתך, נגדל אותך לחקור, להטיל ספק ולהעז, לעבוד קשה למען מטרות גדולות, אבל גם לעזור, לתת כתף, להיות אור איפה שיש חושך ולעבוד באהבת חינם. מאיה שלנו, הלב שלנו מתרחב בכל פעם שאנחנו מסתכלים עלייך. את מוסיפה עוד מימד לעולם שלנו וצובעת את החיים שלנו בצבעים חדשים. אנחנו אוהבים אותך מאוד ומתרגשים לראות למי תגדלי להיות.
Yeah, I feel like I should translate. It said something about making sure that the child has a bat mitzvah here at Congregation Micah in 13 years.
Our Maya, you joined our family a month ago, and today you join a much bigger family in Judaism connected through shared values. We hope you always have a safe, loving, and open community to belong to. Our Maya, we will raise you to be good to yourself and to others, to research, to question, and to dare, to work hard for great causes, to be an advocate for peace, to provide light where it's dark, and to love freely and genuinely. Our Maya, our hearts fill each time we look at you. You add another dimension to our lives and paint it with new colors and sounds. We love you very much and can't wait to see who you become.
No.
All right, we got to do a final blessing. So we're gonna wrap you in a tallis here. Hold on. Okay. Now, we want you to live a life of Torah, exploring your many talents. We want you to live a life of chuppah, find someone that you love like your parents have. And we want you to live a life of ma'asim tovim, of doing these great deeds. We take those three things and we wrap them in this threefold benediction. It goes like this.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
We ask that God protect you and keep you all safe.
Ya'ir Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka.
That God's face be lifted to you, and when that happens, you be joyous and smile.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God His face be lifted up to you, and may all of you and all of these people that love you, our whole community and world, be granted that greatest gift. May you always have a sense of shalom, a sense of wholeness and peace. Everybody says, Amen.
Amen.
Oh, Maya, you did real well. Round of applause for these amazing people. Thank you very much.
Simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, yehelanu, 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 uvechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, uvechol Israel. Mazal tov.
Okay, we return to our regular scheduled service. We're gonna ask for God's protection on us as well with the words of a Hashkivenu.
Yes, we sure are. In 15 seconds.
This version was written in. Actually, we need you to learn this version because we're going to do it High Holidays, I think. Is that correct?
That's right.
So you guys are going to be in the know if you can sing along. It has like 30 slides. Good luck. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Nope.
Okay. You know your rabbi won't know the difference. Okay.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu shomereinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu shomereinu lechaim Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, because I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it will all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will say one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about the win or lose, cause we all lose when they feed on souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you, no way, no way. Let's hear it. Cause sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it will all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Now if this side of the room can keep singing that. One day, one day, one day. You guys keep doing that. One day. A little louder. Now this side. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomereinu lechaim, hashkivenu Adonai, Elohei. What happened to this side? V'hamidenu shomereinu lecha. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. We'll keep working on that. It'll get there.
Me too. Okay, I think we have God's attention. We are going to invite everyone to please rise for tefillah, our central prayer.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע. מוריד מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take, as always, a little bit of silence for Avodah Shabbat, for the prayers of our own heart, and when you are done, you may be seated.
רצון אמרי פי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, ויון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. O say shalom b'mroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen.
The names I have in front of me include Kimberly Simmons, Joshua Simmons, John Horton, Minette Chance, Susan Hiller, Mike Robinson, Stephen Feldman, Steve Pachmeyer, B.J. Rogers, Steve Goldberg, Roberta Blatt, John Mitchell, Craig Smith, Deborah Scott, and Penny Enton. If there are other names, people you know of in this community or other communities you're a part of that need a blessing for healing, we invite you to say those names aloud as my hand passes across the room. We take those names into our hearts and prayers, as well as all people in need of a prayer for healing, and we invite you to sing with us.
Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים. אל נא רפא לה, אל נא רפא לה, אל נא רפא לה, אל נא רפא לה. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So more and more, I'm convinced that these times in which our generation lives are not ordinary times. That we sort of dwell between these two worlds, sort of a world as it is and a world as it's meant to be. Everything seems to be in its place, like the stage is set. You know, all the infrastructure to bind the world together as one, and all the technology by which all of humanity can share this deep wisdom. Rabbi Laurie and I teach Torah and other things online. People are watching us from their living rooms and their bedrooms. Shabbat shalom. Technology seems like such a game changer. I mean, human beings have always applied our knowledge to the practical aims of human life. My first time ever, I renewed my card registration online. I'm sure people have done it before. I now await those blue Tennessee license plates. And it gave me online a choice. Did I want one that said, "In God we trust," or not? I couldn't help it. I mean, this phrase, "in God we trust," it implies that the political and economic prosperity of our nation is in God's hands. So now my license plate sort of implies that my driving is too. Because I have faith. I do. I believe that we have a major role to play, but I trust in this eternal presence that envelops me sometimes like a talus. And my question is what, not who, what do you still trust? Do you have faith in? Your bank? Your government? Your congregation? Technology. Remember before there were cell phones? What did we do when we got flat tires? How did we call AAA? I imagine back then real men taught even their daughters how to fix a flat. Except the side of the road has always been kind of like a dangerous place. Would we want our child, a loved one, to do it themselves on the side of the road or call for help? Should we trust the tow truck driver anyway? What about a stranger who offers help? So our Torah portion this week is full of commands. And there's this one tiny little law that on the face of it seems sort of obvious, but the Torah really doesn't do obvious. It says, "Lo tir'eh et chamor achicha o shoro noflim baderech." Do not see your fellow's donkey or their ox on the road fallen. V'hitalamta mehem, and ignore it. Hakim takim imo, you must help them lift it up. It's the ancient example of a flat tire, right? The deeper significance of this law lies in telling us what our world should look like. It's a place where people are good neighbors, and they're willing to help even a stranger in distress, where its citizens care about the welfare of others. And when they need someone, or they see someone that they know is in need of help, they don't just walk on by. Now, the sages debated the precise logic of this command. Some held that it was motivated by a concern for the welfare of the animal involved, the ox or the donkey, and that accordingly, tsar ba'alei chaim, the prevention of the suffering of animals, it's a biblical command. Others, notably Rambam, held that it had to do with the welfare of the animal's owner, who might be so distressed that he stays with the animal at the risk to his own safety. The key word here being baderech, on the side of the road. Because in ancient times, too, the roadside was a place of danger. So equally, the sages discussed the precise relationship between this command and the similar but different one than Exodus, where it says, Ki tereh chamor sona'acha, when you see the donkey of your enemy, rovet tachat masa, lying under its burden, v'chadalta me'azov lo, and you would refrain from raising it, azov ta'azov imo, you must nevertheless help raise it. The sages said that all other things being equal, if there is a choice between helping an enemy and helping a friend, get ready, helping an enemy takes precedent. Somebody's surprised, right? Here's why. It may overcome the inclination. That is, it may help end the animosity and turn an enemy into a friend. Phew, it's like mind-blowing, right? Jewish experience testifies that the ethic of help your enemy is a principle that we find works a little better through history than the ethic of love your enemy or turn the other cheek. In general, as the Rambam states, one should do for someone you find in distress what you would do for yourself in a similar situation. And all of this is part of what sociologists now call today social capital, right? The wealth that has nothing to do with money, and everything to do with the level of trust within a society. The knowledge that you are surrounded by people who have your welfare at heart, who will return your lost property. That's what it says in the Torah portion. Who will raise the alarm if someone is breaking into your house or your car. Who will keep an eye on the safety of your children. Who will generally contribute to what I think Mr. Rogers would deem a good neighborhood. It's itself an essential component of a good society. The man who has done more than anyone else to chart the fate of social capital in modern times is a Harvard sociologist named Robert Putnam. And he wrote this very famous article many years ago called Bowling Alone. He wrote a subsequent book with the same title, and he drew attention to the sharp loss of social capital in modern times. And it was symbolized by the fact that more people than ever were going bowling, but few were joining bowling leagues. Hence, bowling alone seemed to epitomize the individualism of contemporary society and its corollary, drumroll, loneliness. A decade later, American Grace. The author, he argues that the fact that social capital is alive in the United States, but mostly it is found in specific locations. Do we want to guess where? Here, in religious communities, places of worship that still bring people together in shared belonging and mutual responsibility. And his extensive research, carried out throughout the United States, showed that frequent church or synagogue goers are more likely to give money to charity, regardless of whether that charity is religious or secular. They're more likely to do volunteer work, to give money to a homeless person, to give excess change back to a shopping assistant, to donate blood, to help a neighbor with housework, to spend time with someone who's feeling depressed, to allow another driver to cut in front of them, to offer a stranger a seat, or to help someone find a job. Religious Americans are measurably more likely than their secular counterparts to give of their time and their money to others, not only within, but also beyond their own house of worship. So regular attendees here and everywhere, turns out, are the best predictor of altruism and empathy, better than education and age and income and gender or race. This is not a membership drive sermon, by the way. It's an identification that religion creates community, and community creates altruism, and altruism turns us away from our own self-needs and towards the common good. And it gives us a picture of what the world ought to be. Putnam goes so far as to speculate that an atheist who went regularly to church, maybe because of a spouse, would be more likely to volunteer in a soup kitchen than a believer who prays alone. There's something about the tenor of relationships within a religious community that makes it an ongoing tutorial in citizenship and good neighborliness. So the command in our parsha is actually quite clear. Do not see and ignore. Essentially, it's telling us to help when we see someone in need, to not just walk or drive on by. So think for a moment, when you needed help and a friend or a stranger came to your assistance. I mean, can you remember an occasion? Because they tend to linger in the mind. I mean, people who have been especially kind to me when I feel vulnerable, hi Lynn Hetty, right? They engender a special kind of loyalty from me. And when I think of them, I actually get a warm glow, as if to say, the world is not such a bad place after all. Now, what may only take a few moments of our time in life really could have a lasting effect on someone. So as we approach these Yamim Noraim, these days of awe, these high holy days, we're in the Hebrew month of Elul, right? We should take the time that we are afforded to capitalize on the very real opportunities that can bring about healing. And there are several ways to bring about healing. Here at Micah, we sing, and we pray, and we cry, and we comfort one another, and we express our thanks to medical professionals and to others who care. And with science and love, we explore what parts of the body have been weakened and damaged by illness, and like doctors, we try to repair and strengthen them. We can also explore what remains viable and healthy and support it. And since each of us only has one body, doctors who fortify one aspect know that they can help bring healing to the rest. And so too is true with the healing of the Spirit. Our path is to grab the weakness by the horns and to fix up our acts. That's what this time of year says. To focus our energies on ourselves so that we can help other people. Now, you only have one soul. And so when one area of your soul is enriched, the rest is elevated. So too, I think, in repairing whatever is amiss in the world. When you see other people that are not doing their job, and important work is being mishandled, and valuable opportunities are messed up, you could get angry. You could feel despair. Or you could strengthen the own work that you're doing in your own sphere and maybe lift the whole damn world up yourself. Because that's what we try to do here at Micah. Share the burden so that no one has to do it themselves. Shabbat shalom. Okay. The truth of the matter is that, like the Aleinu teaches us, it's on us. It's our responsibility. So we are going to rise now for the words of Aleinu. Nanette, Craig, if you want, come on forward. Does anyone else want to come close to the Torah as we open our ark doors? It's got special powers. Pam's coming. Anyone? Okay.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Thank you, Ark Openers.
It's here at the end of our service, when we think about those who still touch our lives through their spirits. We recall on the anniversaries of their deaths, Alfred Grief Jr., Bella Krasov, Barak Abram, Bessie Goodman, Deborah Bellows, Elsa Malkin-Brenner, Florence Schachter, Frida Kaplan, Gladys Gordon, Harry Cushing, Henry Fiegler, Jack Crystal, June Fliegler, Lois Hershkowitz, Max Lickstein, Milton Barnett, Mr. Charles H. Burnett, Nina Franklin Liff, Paula Weinstein, Ray Heyman, Richard Clemmer Marcus, Ronald R. Speaker, and William Schachter. We also recall the recent passings this year of William Bill Drongowski, George Hahn, Jerry Ellie, T.J. Cohen, Arnold Hyatt, Stephen Allen Cooper, Norman Edward Heyman, Toby Lee Spiegel, Artis Felix, Kathleen Guccione, Kent Nolan, Laura Cass Hockman, Robert Charles Levine, Susan Ruckman, B.B. Weinstein, Marvin Oakes, Walter P. Stern, Evelyn Ruth Richmond, Lucille Foley, Stephen Joel Dubin, Stanley Felix, Roland Terry Hill, Martin Rebin, Frank Parker, Bertram Humble Chalfant Jr., and Steve Geringer. We think of the Queen as well, of England. And if there's any names that you'd like to add to this list, we certainly invite you to do so. We add to that list all those who have been a blessing to humanity, and we join together in the words of Kaddish Atom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra kirote v'amlik malchute, b'chayachon uv'yomachon uv'chayed echol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birkata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlomo Rabbah min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. We say zikronam levracha, that their memory should always live on as a blessing. Okay, sit, get comfortable, because the list is long. I'm going to do it quick. It goes like this. Torah study tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on Zoom. Be there, it's free. Sports trivia Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. in this building. Mahjong Tuesday at 12:30. This Wednesday, September 14th at 8 p.m., our very own cantor Josh Goldberg will be performing a concert with Joe Buchanan on Zoom. Yes? The link to register can be found on our website. Schmooze and Views takes place Thursday. Come talk politics with us at 10:30 a.m. Thursday, September 15th, Micah will be co-sponsoring the second of 3 conversations on abortion and Jewish law. The event is at 7 p.m. You can register on the Federation's website, and then they will reveal the location that you will go to. Women's Circle next Friday, September 16th at noon. Rabbi Lori will be leading a conversation about Nadine Epstein's book, RBG's Brave and Brilliant Women, 33 Jewish Women to Inspire Everyone. I'm inspired already. Micah Minis. That's our youngest, most brilliant Maya. We hope you come. No, joyous, fun thing that Rabbi Lori and Cantor Josh will lead in the Eden Room on September 17th. That's not tomorrow. That's next Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. It's aimed really for children ages 7 and younger. The next Micah Reads Book Club will be Monday, September 19th at 7 p.m. on Zoom, and Ron and Lynn Hetty will be leading the conversation. It's a discussion on Children Under Fire and American Crisis by John Woodrow Cox, addressing obviously an important issue today. Ever wonder what the high holidays are actually about? I know. Rabbi Lori is going to lead a whole class navigating the high holidays. It's on Zoom, low threshold. It'll help you figure out and prepare for the upcoming season. That class is going to take place again on Zoom Wednesday, September 21st at 6 p.m. All of this information again on our website as well as the links. Sunday, October 9th, Michael will be hosting a Mahjong Madness tournament from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's $45 a player. Registration link can be found in our e-blast. It's going to be fun, and it's open to everybody. Winding down here, starting October 11th, Rabbi Lori is also offering a rejuvenation. It makes it seem like I don't teach. I teach every Saturday morning, you know, right? Okay, a 7-part introductory class for anyone who's thinking about conversion or just wants to know a little bit more about Judaism. That's why it's called Rejuvenate. And there's no charge for members. It's $100 for non-members, and you can register on the website. Please like us on social media, because then you can really follow us along at Micah Nashville on Facebook, Instagram. More details, of course, about all of these programs and offerings in the future. Holidays are coming. We're looking forward to it. Okay, Josh, we've got to sing. We've got to do a kiddush. We've got to do a shofar blowing. What do you want to do first?
Why don't we call up our
religious school sleepover.
Make us look young on television. Come on.
You come sing Oseh Shalom with
We
us?
got words for that.
With the hand motions? Come on up. Why don't we all stand up for this? We're going to have fun. Here we go. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. All right, we'll do a short Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen Tekiah. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom.